Hello, today we are going to be talking about the new features of our latest TMS update. First, we're going to start off with a driver and their profile, which we will see here on the tabs at the left that we no longer have a deductions tab, but it is split into two tabs, one being charges and the other being reoccurring charges. So reoccurring charges, we're going to be able to just add reoccurring charges, whether it's for a specific time frame or if they don't have an end date. And then in charges, you're going to see all of those reoccurring charges broken down, along with any just strictly one-time charges that can be added directly from this screen in the same fashion that they were done before. An additional change that we have as well is we added an additional option to go into hundredths when putting in the rates. So if you needed to split cents, for example, like this one, we would do 14.5 cents per equipment leasing, whereas previously it would only allow for that whole number of the actual cent. So now you can split cents in terms of a deduction. Next change that we have from this update is going to be in terms of an order. So we'll go into our order planning, open up an order here that may be in progress. And as you can see here, we have a new section under accessorials that's going to be called Extra Pay. So accessorials, now we are going to treat strictly as accessorial fees that would be added on to a specific invoice for your broker, whereas Extra Pay will be more so for driver charges that you can also add in the similar fashion that we have done before. So you're just going to be selecting the type, invoicing company, expense account, how much you wanted to distribute, the date, and the description in terms of what it is for. So hopefully this will decrease some confusion in terms of adding accessorials and then any extra pay for the driver. Next change that we have regarding on orders is the new ability to actually generate express codes directly from the order screen. This will work for you only if you have EFS integration via SOAP on the back end. So what you're going to do is click on add. You can type in your amount. If there's any fees, it'll give you a total and notes. Once you click OK, this will actually communicate with the server on the back end with EFS. And then it will actually create a reference number and a code for you that you can use and send directly to the driver. If you need to void this for any reason, you can just come in here and click void, and that will void that express code that would be issued here, and you'll get that little notification. So it's going to communicate with the backend portal with EFS. A few other changes that we have here, first off being in our truck report. So we are making some enhancements here. First one, we will actually run a report. Click on calculate, and we will now be able to see the actual maintenance charges that were associated for those specific trucks within this time period. The next enhancement that we made with this report is in terms of the dates. So the date from will be associated to the pickup date from, and the date to here will be associated with the delivery date to. Next changes is also in our report section that will be under movements history. We have now added this new field coordinator, so you can sort this movement history by dispatcher. So we can do one here as an example. We will select our truck, and then let's sort for a specific dispatcher. We'll click on calculate, and this will only show us this specific coordinator in terms of the actual movements of whatever entity that we have selected. So just an additional filter to sort the movement history report by. Next few changes we have are going to be under our preferences. So if we open those up, the first one, we have actually renamed auto-populate invoice number to assign invoice number as order ID. So that has been renamed again to avoid maybe some confusion. And then we also now have the ability under our Quickbooks section, if we have the computer with the Quickbooks file open, we will now be able to see this new checkbox that says use check. So for some of our customers that would like to solely generate checks in terms of settlements and not use a bill, they are going to be able to do that. If you would like to use the bill that you were using previously, you can continue that way without having this box checked. But if for whatever reason, from an accounting standpoint, you want it to go directly into checks, you can just check this box, click on apply, and that will save that there for you. So the last change that we have regarding this update is a new feature here under tools that's called scan documents. If we open this window, we will now be able to select a scanner that we're using, set the settings in terms of color, resolution, output, and format. So you can customize this to whatever you need it to be. Select which order you would like to scan these documents to. So it'll pull up your order list. And then you can actually select the type of file that you are attaching, whether it's any of our standards, POD, rate-con, bill of lading, invoice receipts, or you can also select none, and that will just scan it as a generic type of file. So if you need anything merged for a different reason, you can put those through the scanner and attach them directly to whichever order in the TMS that you need them to be attached. That concludes the new features of our latest update. Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.